Call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll do another roll call. Trustee Campion.
Present.
Trustee Hopkins.
Here.
Trustee Kulat.
Present.
Trustee Faber.
Here.
Trustee Kamek.
Here.
Trustee Gant.
Here.
All present. Open meeting. This was sent out Friday afternoon,
3:05 p.m.
3:05 p.m. And there's no change in approval for agenda. All right, with that, welcome. I'm going to open it up to citizens' comments. If you're not on the agenda and you would like to speak, this is the time that you have your 3 minutes. So the first one is Linda Higgins. Oh, you just signed in to sign in? Okay. Carol, did you want to get on?
Yes, I have one request. When there's an ordinance or a resolution that's referred to in the agenda, is it possible to put that on and made available to the public so that we know what you're talking about?
I understand. So you would like that, where would that go? It wouldn't be in the agenda. I'm trying to think because
Most people that are interested, like you did today, Carol, will ask me for it and I'll just send it to them. They do most people who are interested in seeing something that's in the board packet will shoot me an email or give me a call and then I'll send it to them.
I did email you and I didn't get it.
I emailed you about, I would say 1-ish maybe today.
I was at work.
Okay,
and I
Sorry.
didn't check it out.
yeah, that would work out better for us to put it on all these different, yeah. It would be better if you just maybe ahead of time. If you can come up, what do you do over by your place?
Pardon me?
What do you do in Bristol?
They put on the packet that's available to the board.
So we got a packet for the board and
And the packet, anything that is public
well,
knowledge.
we could look into that. Yes.
Do they have all their ordinances online?
Yes.
Yeah, we also have that, so you can get them through
Oh,
our
yeah, I
website.
mean, all the regular ordinances are, but this ordinance has not passed yet, so it's
Yeah.
not available.
Right.
Also,
We can't, we don't publish draft.
Yeah, we can't.
It's changed, we don't publish the draft ones until it's been actually vetted.
We could,
We don't publish draft ordinances until it's been vetted and approved. Then it becomes an ordinance. Otherwise, we could have multiple copies floating around out there.
let's work on it. Let's put our heads together. Maybe there's something we could do it because didn't we used to do that? I think we used to do that. We used to have a packet that was available and then a packet for the board because it is a little more private and specific, you know, I mean, we can't put everything out. So definitely we're going to look into that, Carol. And Mr. Hopkins, Brian.
Yeah, Brian Hopkins, I'm a special ed teacher and next transition coordinator at Wilmot High School. And so my program is for adults with disabilities, 18 to 21 years old. And our goal is to find students employment in our community somewhere. So, there's a big need, especially in the West End, for people with disabilities finding employment because a lot of services are in the city, transportation, different things. So we started this transition program for that reason. And the hard part that I have is finding places in the community to go work at, because I just need the opportunity. We provide job coaching, those things. Long story short, I approached Mike and Shannon about beginning of September and said, is there some work that we can do here at the Village Hall to assist you guys in anything you need done, kind of those minute tasks. But really, I mean, the world for our kids so they get that job and life skill of doing different things. So every Tuesday and Thursday for the last 3 weeks, we've been here, 4 weeks actually, we've been here, and we do different tasks. We meet with Shannon right away in the morning. It's always 2 of my students and they have a job coach. I check in on the different locations, and they've done things from making copies to doing tabs, doing a lot of different things. So it's been, I wanted to make the board aware because it's very hard to find partnerships in Wilmot. We have to go to Antioch and Paddock Lake and Plum Lakes. So being this close is very beneficial, and it really helps us out a lot. So I have one kid who said he wants to be a village trustee. I'm not sure if he knows how that kind of goes, but I'm not sure he'd want to do that either. So.
Bill?
Yeah, what's the cost in this?
So the cost to you guys is nothing. This is their public education, so this is their curriculum. The goal again is to find employment afterwards. And so, we'll kind of, if there's ever a student that could potentially work, then we cross that bridge when it comes. But just the fact that, now they had an opportunity to do some filing, do some copying, and really take, some of those new tasks off the ladies in the office that we can knock out in 2 hours, 4 hours a week.
Where else do they work in the community?
We're at Antioch Pizza on Paddock Lake. We're at Best Bargains. We were at the Piggly Wiggly in Antioch.
Antonio's?
What's that?
Are you in Antonio's?
No.
No?
And then we just kind of, if there's one specific, one student wants to work at animals, so I'll find that person who, work within different locations. So.
Nice. Yes, Shannon.
It has been an absolute pleasure to have your kids. Selfishly, I would like to say that it is extremely rewarding for us here at the office as well. But they have been extremely helpful. They've been taking, the smaller things off of our plate, Chris and my plate. They have postmarked some of, just put the stamps on some of the absentee ballot envelopes. So that was a huge help. They organized some folders for us, and it just doing things like that. It just helps us out tremendously. And then we get an hour and 15 minutes, to enjoy their company. They're amazing, amazing kids. And I think you're doing an excellent job.
I do too.
I do.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank you for everything.
Yeah, me too.
Firsthand, I know, because I'll just say it real quick, because we know, and and I know, that one of our students ended up at Wilmot, and he's just succeeded so much from your program. And I know he's out there now and he's doing stuff, and I'm just amazed because he wasn't hardly even talking by us, so it's great. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. All right. Anyone that didn't get on the agenda on citizens' comments, or we're good? All right, we're going to move then into presentations, petitions, communications, and other agency reports. Number 1 on the agenda, discussion on a petition received from the chairman of the Silver Lake Protection Association, Harry Laws, regarding former Silver Lake District. Harry couldn't be here tonight, so in his place, we have Jim and just Jim and the rest of the committee. Okay.
So I'll stand up, hopefully talk loud. So thank you, Madam Chairman and trustees, for this opportunity to speak to you tonight. As indicated previously, my name is Jim Purinton, and I'm a member of the Silver Lake Protection Association's Committee on District Feasibility. Like our other committee members and lakefront property owners here tonight, I've owned property on Silver Lake for many, many years and have become involved with this time because of my concern with the takeover of our lake by the invasive weed, which in our case is a hybrid of the Eurasian millplant. We're here tonight to do several things. 1, to request the village board pass a resolution to create the Silver Lake Protection and Rehabilitation District pursuant to Chapter 33 of the Wisconsin statutes, to answer any questions you might have, and to pledge to work out with you to fill in any blanks and flesh out any further details of the proposed district. Let me briefly touch on 3 topics. First, what's the geography of and the property owner support for the proposed district? We understand that there have been prior efforts that have been a little less than successful in granting just resident opposition. So let me turn the map around if you can. We've overcome that opposition by more narrowly focusing the geography of the proposed district to only those properties that are actually touch the lake. So it's riparian owners only. And briefly, as he's walking it around, you may know it from memory, but the proposed boundary of the Silver Lake Protection and Rehabilitation District includes about approximately 175 private properties that directly border on and surround Silver Lake. The north side of the lake, as you can see in the map, if you just hold the map up, the north side of the lake, the big green is the county lake, county park. And then to the left of the big green is the DNR wetlands and public access area. So starting up to the left, the private properties that abut the lake are basically inside Cogswell Road. That's Cogswell Road goes all the way down. And then on the south and east side of the lake, it's basically all properties that are inside of Silver Lake property. So it's one property deep, basically out to the closest road. And all of these properties will actually touch the lake. So those are the boundaries. We provided a map, a list of pins, and the assessor's legal description of the properties, but after conferring with the Mr. Schultz, the village attorney tonight, we're going to contract with a surveyor to provide a legal description of the district, which is the typical thing that you find in your TIF district, those kinds of things. These properties have a total assessment in excess of $64 million and pay annual real estate taxes over $1.17 million. Once formed, the district is estimated to cost district taxpayers about $75 per 100,000 valuation annually, given the estimated budget and the actual levy rate. That's about $150 to $375 per year for properties assessed at $150,000 to $500,000, which is the vast majority of properties in the district. In August, our company organized an effort to educate the property owners within the proposed district and to solicit their support. They were given this information about the future taxation, the budgets, and so forth. We were not surprised by the results. Lakefront property owners understand the seriousness of the issues confronting the lake and the overwhelming response. Overall, 170 property owners, almost 75% of the 234 property owners in the proposed district, signed the petition and we presented to you on September 9th. You don't get that kind of level of support from an apathetic audience. They're very passionate, and everyone I talked to in my linking to try to get them to support the effort, they said, when we get it done, not how much it costs. It's a very important issue to the people within that valley. Why do we need a lake district form now? Doesn't the Silver Lake Protection Association currently manage the lake? Yes, they do, and they have. We're here because the Silver Lake Protection Association, which has done an admirable job over the past 8 years, can no longer support an effective lake management plan for Silver Lake. A little history. The Silver Lake Protection Association has, since 2013, spent over $145,000 to manage the lake's weed problem, funded by private donations and a one-time DNR grant. Major treatments were undertaken in 2013, about $38,000. In 2015, $82,000, as well as annual spot treatments, plant surveys, and water tests, which is about $5,000 a year. Our lake consultant estimates that a whole lake treatment will be required about every 4 years. With annual spot treatments and surveys, the estimated average cost annually will exceed $30,000 to $35,000. Those are significant funding requirements. Simply stated, the Silver Lake Protection Association does not have the long-term financial resources necessary to continue to fund the required lake management. There's also a little urgency to form the Lake District sooner rather than later. The weed invasion is once again upon us. In 2012, the invasive species in the lake were found in over 55% of samples. Back then, if you were on the lake at all, you would have joined us in literally driving your boat around the weed beds to get to the deep portions. Wave runners had a real difficult time catching weeds in their crops. A lot of them got towed in. Those successful treatments in 2013 and 2015 effectively reduced the invasive species to a minor background level. However, the weeds are back. The 2019 survey found invasive weeds in over 25% of the samples. Our 2020 survey shows a 45% sampling of invasive weeds, only 10% less than it was in 2012. And there are impassable beds forming, especially in the shallower western and southern portions of the lake. We expect our consultants' report, when it's finalized at the end of this year, they'll be recommending significant treatment in 2021 when we get the final report later this year. Silver Lake Protective Association doesn't have the money. Finally, what are some district considerations? We are asking that you form the Silver Lake Protection and Rehabilitation District to look like and operate like the existing districts in Hoover and Camp Center Lakes. We understand that once the Lake District is formed, The village board performs the task of being the Lake District Board. We would hope that you might consider involving us for the statute as the Citizens Advisory Committee, help establish the first year's budget, get the thing rolling, do the work for you. And then secondly, the statute does provide for the board composition to change if we provide 20% of the property owners in a petition to change the structure. It'll look more like the other districts in that case. I think it allows for three property owners to be elected and 2 village people to remain. That can't happen until the first annual meeting, which is not allowed to happen until late May at the earliest. So, just to simplify that, we'd like to eventually get to the board structure for the Lake District that looks and acts more like the other Lake Districts, with 3 citizen members and then 2 village people. To do that is a process, but it won't happen until May or June. Until that time, we ask that you consider our committee being your citizen advisory committee and doing the work for you to get this Lake District off the ground. The other thing to consider is that there's a possibility that the Lake District could actually save the village some annual operating costs. If you think it's appropriate, the district could fund and engage the village to perform certain lake management functions that you already provide, like providing and placing no wake buoys. And there are many on this lake. Actually, there were 5 missing this year that I counted that were never put out. And there's also, you inherited the Silver Lake Village rank of the Silver Lake Village Board. And one consideration is maybe the maintenance of that ramp and the fees associated with it to go to the lake district. You can offload some of your, I don't know what you do with other lakes, if there are other ramps or not. But that's a thought. I'm sure you'll think of something else. So basically, if you have activities that are unique to Silver Lake that you inherited because of what the Silver Lake Village Board had, that are different from the other lakes, I think this is an opportunity to look at this lake district, maybe picking those up. You still do the services, but the lake district can pay the village, so you can take it off your budget. Don't know that's going to amount to big dollars, but just some dollars. In the longer term, obviously, lake districts end up being a local voice and resource. Since we're focused only on Silver Lake, we'll hear things going on. We'll have a closer tap on things. And we'll intend the Lake District, I'm sure, will work closely with the village with regard to reviewing and even funding of enforcement of voting safety. A lot of us around the lake miss the Silver Lake. We used to have the Silver Lake Police Force on weekends. People are going this way, big runners are running into people and so forth. Lake districts can fund. We can hire Kenosha County, get more votes out on the important weekends. Anyway, and they could also recommend to the village board changes in voting safety ordinances and rules and so forth. So in summary, we respectfully request that the Salem Lakes Village Board exercise its delegated authority under the state statutes to create the Silver Lake Protection and Rehabilitation District. The district will be narrowly defined to only include those properties immediately adjacent to the lake. And of that district that we've so such defined, there's an overwhelming 75% of property owners support to form this lake district. While the private Silver Lake Protection Association has taken the lead to manage the lakes and basin weed issues over the past 8 years, the problem is simply outgrowing the association's financial abilities. And there's the pressing reason why we're here tonight. So the proposed Silver Lake Protection and Rehabilitation District, with its taxing authority and statutory powers, is a much better long-term solution that will allow the application of the very best management practices to protect and conserve the very significant and recreation resource that is Silver Lake. With this, let me say thank you for this opportunity. We're available to answer your questions and operate in partnership as we go forward.
Thank you. So the only thing you got left technically, other than time, because I know the time has to pass too, is that survey.
Right.
Correct?
I think so. I believe so. Is that correct?
I think that's what we need. In order to adopt the resolution, we do.
And when do you propose to have that?
And these guys are so busy now with all this stuff going on. We're getting some proposals and we will obviously review them, talk to them, select them. And a time is part of their proposal. So we'll let you know Well, we can-
All right.
I think it's gonna be 30 days, 45 days,
Okay,
usually is.
okay. From the board? Any questions? None? All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just very happy that it's moved along as it
Yes,
has.
and on your own and that, it's been
Quite a
great.
journey to get here, I know, to get to this particular point. But thank you very much, and
Yes,
good
good luck. I support it, so.
I think we all do, we've all talked about it. And it's just a formality to go through because we haven't done it as a village before. The other lake districts that were formed, the resolution came to the town of Salem and then went to the county. And it's a little different now that we're a village, I guess.
So do we not need a county appointed anymore?
I'm not exactly sure now. You mentioned there were
To
two
village,
appointees.
I saw that, I heard that.
But in chapter 33, I know they've changed the rule. You don't have to be an elected official anymore, but
But the
to be
board has
the appointee,
to,
the board can appoint someone that's not
but,
on the board.
right, but then it was always one from the village, one from the county.
The
Is that-
county was a conservation committee from the county, and I'm not sure on that point right now. Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head, I have to review the statute myself.
We'll get it figured out by the time you get the map.
Yeah, because, yeah, we'll have to do that. All right, perfect, Jim.
Hopefully we'll be back 30 to 60 days.
Perfect. Let us know ahead of time so we can get on the agenda.
Obviously, we still know.
Okay,
Could I ask a favor, when you have something I just read, and I'm trying to make notes of what you're saying, and with these masks, it's real hard. Could you forward us a copy of your documents?
Happy to. I will send it to the village clerk, or I have the.
Send it to Shannon.
To Shannon would be distributed, but-
Can you also send a map of the proposed
Yes.
district?
Yes, that's easy.
Huh.
Yeah, we have a nice, you have to blow it up on the computer. though.
oh, cool. All right, thank you.
Thanks very much.
All right, number 2, discussion and possible action on the 2021.
Something you said?
Thank you,
Thank you,
thank you.
thank you.
21 purchase of service request, funding request from the sharing center for $12,000.
And make a motion to approve the 12,000?
I'll second it.
Hopkins in favor? Questions on the motion? Questions at all? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 3, discussion and possible action on the 2021 purchase of service funding request from West Osha Senior Community Center for $5,340. This is for a new air energy. Mr. Campion, you making the motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 4, discussion and possible action on the 2021 purchase of service funding request from Twin Lakes Senior Club for $2,000. They pretty much used everything as last year, except this year they're going to ask for helping of rent.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Hopkins and Kulat. Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Nay.
1 opposition, right. Motion carries. Number 5, discussion and possible action on a partial payment to CABA for moving expenses of Stabio in the amount of $100,000.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Favor and Kulat beat you, Campion. Any questions? This is half of the payment, and the rest when he is moved in, that is
Right, I don't know if we want to explain something to the audience, but that was part of our agreement to get the new tenant and what have
in the
you
industrial park
for our business park.
to help with moving expenses. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, Public Works. Discussion and possible action on a payment request number 17 from CD Smith Construction Incorporated in the amount of $680,545.53 and a change order number 3 in the amount of $152,246.86 $1.33 for wastewater treatment plant regionalization improvements.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Hopkins and Kulat. Question? Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Number 2, discussion and possible action on payment request number 4 by Payne and Dolan Incorporated in the amount of $494,787.11 for the 2020 sanitary sewer and street rehabilitation program.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Kulat in favor. Questions on the motion?
Question. So we have about $40,000 left in work, Brad?
Approximately.
Okay. And Timberlake, they're happy? Timberlane, I'm sorry.
We're holding $5,000 for restoration and street sign replacement.
Thank you.
There are a couple street signs missing. Yeah, there before.
It does not work.
Okay, thank you.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 3, discussion and possible action on the purchase of a replacement utility truck from Ewald Automotive for $69,440.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Kulat and Campion by a hair. Questions on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I have to reload again. Sorry, this isn't working good. Okay, number 4, discussion and possible action on the purchase of a replacement F-250 work truck and plow from Ewald Automotive for the price of $52,354.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Kulat and Hopkins,
If I could just make one statement,
of course.
on these, actually trustee Hopkins brought it up earlier. One of the things we're gonna do in the future when we mention a replacement, we're gonna let the board know what we're replacing. If it's something new, obviously it'll be new, but I thought it was a very good point that he made. Just question, well, if you're gonna buy something new, what are you getting rid of, or is it something new? So just so you'll know, you'll see that in the future.
All right.
And we also buy these through a special program, so we get a,
State, that's Ewald Ford.
and what is it, Mike, could you say it a little louder?
Ewald Ford.
Yeah, but the program,
This
the
is the
price,
state bid pricing. They get awarded that every year with a different company or the same the last few. It's every year, that's what we go.
Yes, sir.
What happens to the trucks you replace?
We use them for other things sometimes, and sometimes we sell them.
We usually send most of them to Wisconsin Municipal Surplus Auction up in Mount Ford, Wisconsin. This is the problem.
Yeah, most of the time, every time we replace them, they're pretty shot.
But sometimes we use them for the summer for grass stuff and for yard, that kind of stuff too. But yes, I agree with that, Mr. Kamick. All right, with that, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 5, discussion and possible action on ordinance 2020.10/19, an ordinance creating a permit fee for working in the village-owned right-of-way.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Kulat and Hopkins. Questions? All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Planning and zoning, number 1, discussion and possible action on ordinance 2020.10/18, an ordinance amending the zoning map for the village of Salem Lakes to rezone tax parcel numbers so noted from A2 to R9, correcting a map error.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Kulat in favor? Bye, ladies.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Blessings.
Bless you too. Kulat in favor. Questions?
Yeah, this is the parcel across from Salem Grade School or near Salem Grade School, is that correct?
Correct.
And it explained, will you, Brad, the reason it's being done is because it was supposed to be an R rating
It
and
should
it
be-
somehow was overlooked and left. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's basically a little map here. Its current use is multi-family. It's been that way for, well, I can remember, somewhere along the line.
We're not building any new buildings. This is already existing. We're just making a match what's there.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Excuse me. Number 2, discussion and possible action on resolution 2020.1033, a resolution creating one 7.2902 acre parcel and one 13 acre .0844 acre parcel from the other tax parcel in the New Salem Business Park.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Faber and Hopkins.
Okay, Madam Second.
He's just getting faster, I'm telling you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 3, discussion and possible action on ordinance 2020.10/20, an ordinance amending certain provisions of chapter 490 of the municipal code relating to the parcels with more one zoning classification lot line adjustment reviews.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Faber and Kulat, do you have some comment?
Yes, I do, and Brad can help me along with this. I talked to Brad about it today, and it's cleaning up, dotting some i's and crossing some t's with some properties that we
yeah.
inherited from Silver Lake. There's a few. And
I think another good example would be a big farm that's only agricultural, and if they want to put up a vegetable stand bigger than the small one that's allowed, in the past, the county has owned a small portion of that parcel business to allow for the larger vegetable stand, but basically what this is doing is saying all your setbacks and everything have to abide by whatever the majority of the zoning classification is. So for that example, the setbacks in the agricultural district.
it's not changing any zoning or anything like that from our 2035 plan. It has nothing to do with anything like that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 4, discussion and possible action on ordinance 2020.1021, an ordinance amending certain provisions of chapter 112 of municipal code of the Village of Salem Lakes relating to the Planning Commission organization and responsibilities.
Motion approved.
We have a motion made by Kulat. Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, I'm going to go with Mr. Gant. Gotta get him on this somehow. Any questions on this? It hasn't changed.
No, this is cleaning up actually
Okay.
describe what we have been doing in the past and currently.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll
Opposed?
be coming to the board over the next few months, trying to clean up some of the county ordinance to make it adapt to what you guys will give us the direction to do. So you're aware, that's why you're seeing these cleaning up stuff that we've struggled with for years.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Building Department, discussion and possible action on awarding the raised bid of properties located at 12020 254th Avenue in Trever, and another property located at 30600 Geneva Road to Bradford Contractors LLC in the amount of $40,945.
Motion to approve.
Second. Go ahead.
Was that Campion? Kulat and Campion. Questions?
Now, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Oh, you said no?
No, go
It's
ahead.
got it. One thing I'm gonna say is, in looking at these bids, I had a rough idea where I thought these were gonna come in based on other things we've taken down before. But 40,945, and the low guy and the high bidder was 86,000. The disparity in there is amazing. A lot of people bid on it, but I think there's one heck of a good price to get these buildings taken down, especially the one on Highway 50.
Yep.
I've looked at that with Mike and Jack, and It's a lot of work. It's gonna be a lot of work. So I'm glad to see it coming to fruition.
Yeah, I have a comment too. I was looking at the bid from Barhite Excavation, and it was about $200 more, I believe, than the bid we're voting on. It is a local business located in Trevor. So I'd probably rather see it stay with the local business. But since somebody made the motion already, I guess
You
it
can always vote no. You can always vote no on it.
Oh, I know, it already. So,
The only thing I'll say, Ted, and I agree with you, I like to keep things local. But I think in the interest of fairness, I don't know that we can, it's because he's local, we can deny the lower bid.
right.
You can,
Okay?
you're allowed to, am I right? You're allowed to, but it doesn't,
Yeah, I just thought for a couple $100, I'd rather keep it with the local.
You have to be very careful about doing that because you have to show that there's a reason, other than just local, that there's a reason related to the project that it makes more sense to award it to the local, non-local.
Was it Barhite that did the building on Second Street in Silver Lake?
No.
Who was that?
I think it was DK.
No, that was Underground Solution.
Oh, that was Underground Solution.
Gotcha.
It was underground.
It was just a thought, because I would rather see things stay local, but thanks.
All right.
All right, so the motion was made by Coolard, seconded by Campion. Ronnie,
Yes.
Ted?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
all right, motion carries unanimous. All right, clerk's office, discussion and possible action on an appeal from Leon Weibel Crane regarding the denial of the operator license application.
I make a motion to deny his appeal.
I second.
Okay, it was motioned by Kulat and seconded by Hopkins. Is everyone aware of this?
So motion was deny the appeal.
Yes. Any questions, other?
I have just one comment.
Yes.
On the original application, I think we went through this once before, original application is very clear. It says, have you been convicted of felony? No. In his letter, he writes this, he says, I was convicted of a felony a long time ago, but if you're convicted a long time ago and it asks you yes or no, it's still yes. And I'm just not very pleased with this whole, but when you read through this CCAP report, it's just not somebody I want to think I'm going to have serving alcohol in her.
Madam President,
Yes,
can I just make a comment?
of course.
I talked to Mr. Crane. I'm the one who honestly told him to write a letter to you guys. Because I know what you're saying. I just wanted to let you guys know the reason I asked him or said, if this is how you feel, write a letter and asking, because he informed me that he's had other background checks and that did not come up. He thought it was expunged. So he was shocked that it still came up, I guess. I mean, that's just what he told me. And I said, if that's the way you feel, write a letter to the board. So that's why he did that.
Unless he's had it expunged at some point in time, he knows it's there.
Yeah, see, I don't know all of that criminal stuff, so I just told him to write you guys a letter.
There's just a litany of things in here besides just that one conviction. It just scared me.
It is from 32 years ago.
But Ted, there was another one in
Yeah, 15 years after the
89
first
and
one.
one in 20, I think, as I recall.
Yep, 2002.
He actually owed 2, which was still 18 years ago.
Well,
All right, with that, I do have a motion and a second to deny the appeal. I'm going to poll. Ronnie?
yes.
Ted?
I'm going to abstain.
I will vote yes.
Yeah,
I mean, yes.
yes?
Yes.
Joe? And Dan?
Yes.
The motion carries with one abstention. All right, number 2, discussion and possible action on the approval of applications for Bridget Fee, Christina Mason, and Jessica Valencia.
Motion to approve all 3.
Kulat and Hopkins, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 3, approval of applications filed with the clerk for retail licenses. We have Roof and Bricks Bar and Grill. And that's Adam L. Zawiski.
Why wasn't this approved when all the rest of them were renewed?
Shannon.
I think he thought, this is an assumption on my part, but I think he thought because the bars were closed to COVID for the couple of months prior to June, that there was nothing really to, I mean, that's what he said. I thought we were closed. We didn't need to do this. And I was like, this needs to be done every year. I told him.
So he didn't apply for it when everybody else
He did
renewed
not.
theirs? Okay.
He did not.
all right.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
A second.
You got Hopkins and Kamek. Any other questions?
I noticed on his application for the license here, he's got 1 music machine and 5 video slot games, which we are not
We're not there yet.
licensing those.
All
So he has no dart machine and no pool table.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 4, approval of applications filed with the clerk for an amusement machine license for Adam Alsuski Enterprises.
Motion approved.
Second.
Hula and Campion. Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 5, approval of applications for cigarette tobacco license for the 1903 Saloon LLC.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Campion and Gant. Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I have to abstain.
1 abstention. All right. Motion carries. Number 6, approval of minutes from regular board meeting. I'm asking that this would be tabled.
Motion to table the approval of the minutes for the September 14th, 2020.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Okay, Hopkins in favor on that one, we tabled. And the vouchers, payroll, $1,376,046.74, and an ending balance as of today, $1,561,620.87.
I'll move to approve.
Favor,
Second.
was it Coulott or Hopkins over here?
Give it to Campion.
I'm gonna give it to Campion. In favor of Campion. Any questions on the vouchers? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any requests? Okay, well, let's talk about, first of all, workshop. We are canceling the workshops for the budget. Unless something comes up, then we will have one on Monday at 5 o'clock. But right now, as it is, we are not having any more workshops. We are shooting for the public hearing. Cow, does anybody want a committee of the whole next Monday?
Is there anything pressing?
No. So as of right now, unless something major comes up, we are not having the committee of the whole next Monday. Anything else? Okay, and then the upcoming of scheduled meetings is announced here. A motion to adjourn.
One addition there.
Yes.
Madam President. Well, it's still a ways away. Southeastern Wisconsin Fox River Commission have decided to skip the November meeting, and they're going to go directly to December 11th, 2020, 1 p.m. And that'll also be a Zoom meeting.
Okay. All right. Motion to adjourn, please.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Coulott and Campion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?